where was y'all niggas at? Where was y'all at when these niggas was dying in these streets?
Look, see them hating ass niggas talking, tell them niggas stop it. Move back, baby, run down Texas. Off the Berkey, boy, I'm dangerous. I'm in a double R, shit look like a spaceship. Everything is up there. Should have posted my mess.
Yes, sir. Welcome back to Redacts Show. I'm your host, Feeq, or Feeq, with my co-host, my other host.
So go host Dana Dane in the building. Hey, man, shout out to episode 65. 65-minute chain on my neck. Appreciate everybody for rocking with us still as we come closer to the end of the year of 2023.
The
other day I was thinking about, earlier this year, how I was like, damn, the year of the Dane is like coming to an end. What do I do now?
The Dane. Oh man, you gotta make a new calendar, bro.
I gotta make a new proclamation or something. Yeah, no. Make sure you guys are rocking with us, liking those reels. Those are doing pretty well. Make sure you guys also like, comment, share, rate us a 5-star. Share us with your friends and family, your coworkers. I know I have. And but with that being said, we have a plentiful array of topics today. We're gonna talk about some finales. Got a couple movies. One of them I literally just seen today at the time of this recording. And while it's kind of fresh on my mind, we can go ahead and get started with that one. So Godzilla Minus One.
Ooh.
I have no idea when this movie came out, but
it came out, I think, a month ago fully, or 3 weeks ago. It was like 2 or 3 weeks ago.
Right. So came out about a month ago in theaters. I believe this is made by Toho Studios. They're the original people who not necessarily have the rights, but they're like the original, basically, Godzilla makers. They're the ones who's been making these movies. And I believe this movie is supposed to be like a reboot in the series. At the time of this movie, takes place like immediately after World War II.
Yeah.
So this is like post-Japanese World War II. And this is like, Godzilla is basically kind of kicking them while they down. This, to me, was like a Jaws type tragedy. The main character, who was Kyoshi, just could not catch a break. We were talking, me and my friends talking about at the movie. We were almost like, this nigga Godzilla had, like, he had it out for him.
When Godzilla kept pulling up everywhere he was, I said, I think he's the problem. I'm not gonna lie, I said, I think Godzilla's attracted to you. You know what it was? This Godzilla was the most, like, he was an asshole, and he was like, it was like Jason Voorhees was Godzilla. That's the type of vibe I got from this.
Yes, this was like a slasher Jaws type. And the only thing about it was he wasn't really in the movie a lot. If you think about it, it was a lot more about Kyoshi and his, not backstory, but obviously his backstory at the beginning, his life, kind of building these group of characters around him. And I think the movie did that to just make the losses hit a little bit harder, because it's like you feel for what he's going through. You feel for his mental illness, so to speak, throughout the movie. How he's struggling. He was a kamikaze fighter, and everybody's basically getting on him like, "Why the hell you ain't kill yourself for the country, nigga?"
That oh my God. That part was so. It was so like. I was able to see like the real difference of, like, I guess, culture almost. Japanese culture, it's a lot about honor. From what I've know or seen in media, it's like a lot about honor and everything, or tradition, family. And they were like, why the hell did you not kill yourself? I was like, oh my God. Like, even his neighbor when she
His
was
neighbor.
like, you were a kamikaze. She was drunk. She came out. You're a kamikaze pilot. You ain't kill yourself for the greater good. I was like, bro, we lost already.
Like,
Why do I gotta blow up?
I ain't about to lose my life on a one-sided battle.
Yeah. So it was like you said in the movie. It brings up a lot of his like PTSD and stress from the actual event, because at the beginning of the movie, you see them on this little island that's like a maintenance island for planes, and he
Yes.
comes down and they're like, "Oh, your plane's not that bad. So what happened?" And then he's talking, and then they find out he's a kamikaze pilot. They're like, "What the fuck? How are you here?"
I'm like, why your plane not fucked up? Like, what the hell was you doing? They said this shit. He was like, it's kind of interesting that, your plane seems like really fine. Like, no scratches, everything's good. Like,
what's
you
going on
kamikaze
here?
pilot, what the hell are you doing?
So when they said that, I
Like,
was
you
like,
ran?
"Hey, yo." They said that. They was like, "You
You
ran?"
ran? You not a real patriot, nigga. No, but that, like you said, that it's interesting to see that, just in that time period, just that culture. It was just such like
It's
just
like a
very
shock.
interesting shock. And then, as I like to say, the Predator showed up. Godzilla showed up. And the thing is, at the beginning of the movie, this is baby Godzilla.
And bro, when he pulled up, I said, "Oh, that's a T-Rex." I said, "Bro, this is Jurassic Park."
I'm like, is this Godzilla about to be this big through the whole movie? No.
Bro, no. And then he
No.
started eating them niggas on the fucking island. That's when I was like, "Oh, this is wild." That one
Yeah.
dude was running. He was like, "We can make it." And Godzilla just grabbed him and tossed him. I said, "Yeah, this Godzilla's on bad timing."
Mm. How did you feel about like the characters? I guess about like the pacing, because I haven't seen any real negative reviews about it. I mean,
hmm
I could, but just for my viewership of it, it was really good. I would say like the only, I guess, slight con that I have is like the pacing, but that's me kind of nitpicking because I think it did pay itself off in the end. Um, with him going closer to um, damn, I forgot her name, but the lady that they found. That's just like a random like relationship to have for one. I know I'm going on a tangent, but like imagine you walking on down the street and just a woman hands you a baby
Hands you a baby.
and just like, hey, I'm on a run, like hold this
Hold it
shit
for
for
me.
me. Nigga, it's a
Boy.
baby.
Hey, when that scene
Then you
happened,
take care of that.
when that scene happened, I said, "What the hell is going on?" And then when she came back, and then she followed him to his house, and he was like, "What are you doing?" And she was like, "You just gonna let a woman and a child stay out like in the danger in like the wilderness of XYZ?"
Right.
I was like, "This how they get you. This how they get you.
Yeah.
They invite themselves in your home, then they sleep on
With
your
a baby.
couch."
You ain't saying no. Ain't nobody saying no to no baby. They might say no to a woman, but not to no baby.
Bro, when she ended up sleeping on the couch, I said, "Ah, a vagabond."
Yeah. Yeah, but that was very interesting. Yeah, I guess back to my question, like, how did you feel about like the pacing of the movie?
Mm-hmm. I didn't see no real problem with it. I will say in the middle part, like it showed like some random scene of like I think it was saying the U.S. tested that bomb in the water. Then you see like a glimpse of Godzilla, not really him, but it's just maybe see like some scales or something if I remember correctly. And then it skipped like another I think year or a few months. That part was kind
Yeah.
of weird to me because even though I'm seeing the dates on the screen, it felt I don't know, it didn't feel like it was chronological. And that may just
Yeah, it
be
didn't
my
feel
brain.
super cohesive
Yeah.
to me either. But I mean, like it was, but it wasn't. I feel like it was cohesive enough for me to still follow along through the movie. But I feel like there were some holes where something just happened, and then like I said, it just cut to that scene of dialogue and like this
Yeah.
other data we was looking at, and then it just cut to them like in the water fighting Godzilla,
Yeah.
and them at that um wreckage of the old U.S. naval ship.
Yeah. What?
Them
All
talking
right.
shit about America was hilarious.
No, that shit was funny. What do you think about that? So in the movie for people, there's a scene where pretty much he gets a job because he's trying to find work. Now it's been like it's either been a full year or a few months after old girl starts staying with him. Right. So he's like, okay, we need money for the baby and everything. So he starts working on this government pretty much job where they destroy old mines that's in the water, pretty much.
Yeah.
So you know the scene, like what you said, when they saw the U.S. carrier destroyed. What would go through your mind in that point? Like, because you remember old dude was like, nah, this wasn't no shark or another this wasn't a shark or another boat, bro. This was something bigger or crazier. Yeah. Like I don't know what to even.
What's going through my mind if I see that on that boat? Probably a little bit of delusion. I'm just gonna be like, what other ship? Because this is still like post World War II, so I'm thinking like, damn, them Russians are at it again. Like them Americans are at it again. Like look at them fucking these ships up. Just trying to find, because realistically, the way the ship was damaged, ain't no ship doing that shit. Ain't no sharks. There's no. I've never seen a school of sharks,
bro.
They know other big whale. Whales ain't doing that shit unprovoked. So I'm just like, I would have to find some unreasonable way to rationalize this. I'm like, okay, maybe it was some landmine that they went over, or like sea mine that they went over, or maybe like the U.S. was trying to test out that they were trying to get buck with the Soviets and and we got hit by some collateral damage. I don't know, just some shit. Because there's no way I'm believing there's a giant swimming lizard in the ocean until I see it. That's one of the ones I gotta believe when I see it, especially if I've never seen it, a different show like that. But so I probably would be a bit skeptic, and then seeing Godzilla, because they was at point blank range, realistically, when they was getting chased. So I'm like, oh my god. I don't know what I would do. My heart would be in my ass, because it's like you can't even imagine seeing something that crazy. This is a giant lizard about to eat you.
That was the crazy thing when they because they saw their records and they went out again like some months later, and that's when they saw Godzilla, because they were like, oh yeah, we got an order to kill something in the water. Remember that they was on them fucking wooden boats and shit.
Yeah.
I was like, nigga, if you put me on a wooden boat and that shit destroyed the damn helicarrier,
I'm like, what
the fuck am I about to do? Like, if you don't send me home,
please. I'm like, why the fuck did I come into work today?
Bro, literally. Why did I clock in? No, that was some wild stuff, man. And then they were like, and then when he was on the phone, the captain, he was like, oh yeah, should we turn around? And he was like, nah, I don't like taking orders from the government, but somebody got to do it. I said, if you don't get your patriotic ass on, take me home.
Please, take me home, nigga. I can find another job.
Yeah, no.
But no, that was insane. I do agree. It was a point in the movie it was getting a little bit slow. I think it was after he came to the city, and that was crazy,
bro.
When he came to the city, let's talk about it. What were your thoughts when he came to the city he did that blast?
When he pulled up to the city, right? I had forgot old girl was at work. When he pulled up and he was destroying everything, I said, yo, this boy is a menace. And then the crazy thing was that reporter on the roof that was describing everything that was happening. He's like, I'm looking eye to eye with Godzilla. He's right next to us. Oh my God, he's destroying the building. Wait, I'm dying. I said, what the hell? I said, what is going on, man? But then he did that blast. First off, I did not think the blast was going to be that strong. He shot the beam.
I didn't think so either.
I thought it was going to be like a regular fire beam. he did the beam and it hit. I said, oh, it's just a regular beam. Then that shit turned into a nuke. I said, oh my
It turned into a
God.
nuke and then it blasted everybody. Then the wind sucked back in.
Bro.
I'm like, yeah, this woman dead.
Bro.
She dead.
She made me so mad because all she had to do was jump with him.
Yeah, all you had to do is literally just run into the alley. They both would be alive.
And she pushed that man. I said, what the fuck are you doing?
Yeah. I guess a build dramatic effect. Now that scene, that was some shit off of anime, nigga. Like,
bro,
your girl just died. Everybody around you dead. You're looking at this green lizard that you saw earlier in your life that killed everybody else. Yeah, I would scream like him too.
Yeah, I would have. Yeah, he was screaming. I was like,
I might have took my head to a rock. Not gonna lie, because I'm like, I can't live with this.
either that or I would have did the same thing. Yeah,
you said what?
I said just like you said. I would have took my head to a rock, or I would have been like, just like him. I'm finding a way to kill this lizard, bro. Sign me up for anything that could kill him.
Yeah, but that was crazy. I guess probably more to like the third act when they come up with that plan where we realize like the doctor was basically behind the whole shit was this old like naval scientist, lieutenant, captain, whatever. It had this whole plan to kill Godzilla.
What'd you think about that plan when they explained it?
I'm like, I guess. I didn't know. I was that was still part of like the slow part. So I'm trying to focus and read the shit. I'm like, okay, it sounds good.
Now, when he explained
obviously
it, I said when he was explaining, he said we're gonna drag Godzilla down underwater, and then we're gonna make him rise up fast. I said this shit not about to work, bro. I said y'all can think of anything else. I said find some poison, bro, something.
Please. No, I'm like, there's nothing they could have done. Now, granted, it's toward the end, it still worked. Oh boy, Kiyoshi saved the day because the plan was they were gonna use the ships to go around it, put these basically devices around him that would plummet him in the earth, and I guess plummet him in the sea, and then shoot him back up, and I guess would fuck up his structural integrity or some shit.
Yeah, it was like extreme pressure put on him.
Yeah, they tried to do that, but when he stopped, I'm like, oh shit. And then when he stopped, I was like, oh shit. And then obviously, they got all the other ships to come back and pull him back up. Then when he did, and then that blue beam, bro, it's like the load up for that atomic breath.
It takes so long.
And this movie was just so crazy because it was like, oh shit. And I like how the way that they did it, like it would load from his tail and his spikes would shoot out, and then immediately when they collapse, like I just like the whole, I guess, animation of like his atomic breath and shit, because it was like impending doom and death and shit. I'm like, when he was about to blast them, I'm like, this man is unbeatable.
I fully thought even if he did kamikaze him, they was gonna lose. I 100% believed even if he kamikazed him, I was like, y'all are gonna lose.
Yeah. No, but we see that they take down Godzilla at the end. We also find out that the wife is alive. She survived somehow.
That threw me off. I said, this woman is a mutant. Good Lord.
But she made it, the father, the main character, Kiyoshi, he ejected, like, literally right at the last possible second that he could do it. The last second, he ejected, and, the bomb went off. Godzilla exploded, and, when I thought he was loading up, and then when he ate the shit, I thought, like, it was going to blow up there. I'm like, they still going to die. Look, and then when I saw like the blue shit come out, I'm like, y'all are still in the blast radius. Like, y'all are gonna blow up. Y'all are not okay. But no, he just crumbled, or so we thought.
Yeah. What so what you think about, because we saw a little earlier, like he can regenerate. Like when they first blew up half his face when they was on the boats and his whole face regenerated. What do you think when you like saw that power? Because that caught me all the way off guard.
Caught me off guard too. I'm like, well, first it caught me off guard that half his face blew up. I'm like, oh shit. And then when he regenerated, I'm like, oh shit, y'all can't beat him. Y'all can't beat this nigga. I'm like, unless y'all blow his head off, you're not beating him. And then even when he was blown up and crumbled, we see at the end he's regenerating.
Yeah.
And he's only just gonna get, because the thing with Godzilla, he evolves. He's literally a reptile. You know, he sleeps. When he comes back, he regenerates stronger and faster than before. He's basically like Doomsday. Every time he dies or goes or loses, he just comes back stronger than what killed him before.
Yeah.
So now in this next movie or next show, whatever they do next, because it's hinting that they're gonna make another one. The way this ended, he's just gonna come back stronger, bigger, more powerful,
and angrier.
and angrier. So unless they got Superman on speed dial, it's not looking too good.
Shit, Superman lost to Godzilla before.
Yeah, it was called Death of Superman.
The one other thing I remember is that, I don't know if you saw it, at the very end with the wife. I wish I remembered her name. I should have brought it up. But with the wife, did you see that little black mark on her neck?
Yeah, I did. I saw that. I'm like, what is that?
So I looked it up for like a split second, but people are thinking that's like part of Godzilla. And some people are like, they think that's how she lived or survived.
So you think that she's like
just some mutant, something.
Like a Godzilla mutant or something? Like
I don't
Godzilla
know yet,
hybrid lady?
It might be something like that, or she got like his. I don't know, because like
I don't know, man.
Realistically, there's no way she should have survived.
Yeah, Noriko is the wife's name.
Noriko, yeah, you're right. And the daughter was Akiko?
Yeah, Akiko.
Akiko.
But yeah, all in all, I would rate this movie, I'd say 8.5 out of 10. It was really good. I would say if it's slow parts in the sense of it's a lot of, I'll say, world building and like story development. Yeah, I think this movie did a good job of making the human element of like these Godzilla and kaiju movies really compelling and interesting. It made me like actually care about these humans, because I feel like some of the problems in like the previous Godzilla movies we had and like the Godzilla Kong universe is like
those
the
people
humans
are
just
not
really interesting. It's not interesting, and there's not enough Godzilla. Now I would say in this one, there isn't a lot of Godzilla, but when he shows up,
he only person on the screen.
He's stealing the show. He's literally stealing the show. Like, he's fucking some shit up.
Man.
And also another last thing, I really, really love the music in this. Like, the score on this was good. It almost was like a remastered version, like remastered versions of music from the original Godzilla movies. Because a lot of it sounds familiar.
Mm-hmm.
Like the first few older Godzilla movies that they had, which I think it is. I'm not too sure. I haven't looked this up yet, but the music was really good, and like really drew me to the movie as well.
Yeah, I agree.
5 out of 10.
Yeah, my rating would be like an 8 point. I think I said like 8.7 or a 9, just because for this one, I liked how much it wasn't like the most recent Godzilla movies. Like this was like the other Godzilla movies, the most recent ones. He's like a savior almost. This one,
Yes,
this man was a walking
he's a villain.
disaster. Yeah, he was a real villain.
So that's our review for Godzilla Minus One. To keep it in the movie spectrum, we also both got the chance to see the Marvels. For this one, I kind of already gave my I guess non-spoiler review on the previous episode, so we
Mm-hmm.
won't have to get in that too much. Obviously, Feeq, this is his first time seeing it, and I'll let him give a chance to say his review, and then really more so, I wanted to talk about the two end credit scenes. I want to talk about those
Ooh,
real fast. But I
okay.
want your review. We can talk a little bit about the characters. And then we can get into what them end credit scenes mean.
Bet. So my review of the movie. So I watched this last week before. It was recent, but
Yeah.
I really enjoyed this movie. I will not lie. I was definitely y'all follow the show. Y'all know how I felt about that first Marvels. I said it was mid. I still think that I'll have to rewatch, but my opinion probably won't change. This one was good. It was very good. It felt like a Marvel movie again. The jokes didn't feel forced or anything. At least to me, I was in there laughing. I thought the villain was all right. But I also didn't think they needed some grand villain for this. So I think the villain was okay. I'll say one of my favorite parts of the movie, surprisingly enough, was when they were on that planet where they were singing.
They were singing.
I won't lie, I don't know why, but that stuff had me cracking up. I don't know why. I have no reason to know, but I was in there cracking up.
I will say the best joke that was in that movie was that bilingual one when they was talking to the prince and he was like,
Oh,
he can speak English or he can talk regular. He's like, yeah, he's bilingual.
yeah. Yeah.
That was funny.
I think Maria Rambo, why did I just forget her actual name? She did real good. I liked how her character was. Brie Larson, I liked how she played this Captain Marvel. It definitely felt more like a character instead of a exclamation point. That's how I can
Yes.
say it. Because I feel like in the other movies, they put her in there, just like you said, that last episode where you're like, oh, look at me, I'm Captain Marvel. This one, she actually felt like a character and not just a plug-in device.
A
So,
force, a weapon.
yeah, exactly. I like you actually got to see her as something. So I liked this version of her. And Kamala Khan, she is the best. I texted Dana after this movie. I think she is the best thing to happen to Marvel, honestly, since I don't know when. Because she made jokes that were funny. She honestly, the only thing that went through my mind was she's making jokes that I would expect Spider-Man to make.
Mm.
And when I said that, it got me thinking how Tom Holland's Spider-Man is. I don't think he doesn't joke how other Spider-Mans, at least cartoon ones, joke. And I don't know if that makes sense, but in my mind right now, that makes sense. Like he
I
jokes, but
do
it's
see what you're
very
saying in the
different.
terms of this. Like Tom Holland doesn't seem like
He doesn't
he's
seem,
not witty. He's just
yeah,
is very naive, or at least he
yeah,
was. We will see how he is in Spider-Man 4. But the previous Homecoming verse trilogy of movies,
yeah,
yeah, it was more so like he was a bit naive. He was happy-go-lucky, whereas like the other ones, like Andrew Garfield, even Tobey Maguire to a lesser degree, I would say not Tom, uh, Andrew Garfield did it the best out of those, like the three main live action Spider Man in
hmm,
terms of like being witty and like being
yeah.
cunning with his jokes and stuff. But yeah, to your point about I was about to say Kamala Harris,
Tom
Aman
Holland.
Milani,
Oh
Kamala
yeah,
Khan.
yeah.
Yeah, I think what Marvel is trying to do is like have her.
She's gonna make the Young
They want
Avengers.
her to be like the
Iron Man for the Young Avengers.
Yeah, the Iron Man. Literally the Iron Man.
And not in the sense of being rich or anything, but just in the sense of building the team.
Yes, like she's the focal point, and it also, I think if Marvel does this right, this can open up a lot of doors because she's already been canonized as a mutant, so she can be like that through line for the Young Avengers and also for the X-Men whenever they bring them in, whatever that new iteration team is, and different things like that. So I really enjoyed Amara Vellani as well. She was definitely funny. It's like if it's more so like if like I was telling you, if you liked her in Ms. Marvel, you're gonna love her in this and in everything she is. If you thought she was annoying, well, I'm sorry
you're just
to tell
not
you,
gonna like it. Yeah,
you're not gonna like this. You're just not gonna like this, and that's okay.
Yeah. So, I think she's a very good casting for a character, and it was funny. This is kind of a side thing in the movie when they were leaving that space station Saber. And it was Samuel Jackson with her family and the cats and everything, and they were like, it was like one of the thrusters got messed up or something. They started like plummeting back to Earth, and then you hear Kamala's brother. He's speaking Arabic pretty much. He was saying Al Fatiha pretty much. He was like praying. He was praying to God.
Yeah.
That stuff had me crying laughing because I knew what he was saying. And then Samuel Jackson said, "Are you praying right now?" And he was like, "Yeah." Then he stopped. He was like, "No, we need all the help we can get." I was in there crying, bro. I'm not gonna lie. I had tears in my eyes. And I think that just shows like what good writing can be for some of these movies. If you have the
good
correct
writing and just actors who know how to
deliver,
actors who know how to act, and then actors you can tell like I think in this movie you can tell that the actors really messed with each other, like really gelled with each other.
Yeah,
they had fun on set. They were comfortable in their roles. It didn't feel like they were being pulled any different way. Literally, Samuel L. Jackson was just being himself, like he always is.
Yeah,
but in this one, I felt like this is not the Samuel L. Jackson we got in Secret Invasion.
Oh no, this was
these are two different people.
Those are two different characters.
Yes, but that's our thoughts on the movie. Then let's get into this end credit scene. So the first one is with we see Kate Bishop from Hawkeye. We see her come back from doing some, I guess, sort of
reconnaissance
crime fighting or just finishing up. She comes back to her apartment, and we see Kamala Khan in her chair with the iPad, and from a distance, it looks like it was a video of her of Kate Bishop out and on parole or whatever she was doing, and obviously we see or we hear Amon say the iconic lines of Samuel Jackson from the first Iron Man. I don't know what those words are, so don't ask me to say them again because I don't remember off the top of my head. But basically, they're
building a team.
Yeah, building a team, and obviously, it's going to hint towards the Young Avengers, and they're trying to build that. I think this is great. I think it's about time that they start building towards something, especially with these Young Avengers, because they've dropped them off damn near in
every
project past Infinity War. We got Billy and Tommy in WandaVision, and from reports, reportedly there's one of them, at least Wiccan, is supposed to be coming back in that Agatha show. And obviously we got the Elijah Bradley character, who was the grandson of Isaiah Bradley. And so I don't know if they're going to do anything with him, but more than likely they are. We have Scar. I honestly hope they throw that nigga in the trash.
I hope they need to redo his whole design. If they,
we
I know
have
they're gonna keep
Scar.
them, redo that whole
We
design.
have Kate Bishop. And that's pretty much it. They might add some other people later on.
Now
Like
we
we
got
might. I don't know if we're
what's her
gonna get an
name?
Iron Lad. You said who?
We got Ironheart.
Yes, Ironheart.
We got what is her? Is it Olivia Rodriguez? The one who punched through dimensions?
Oh,
I think that's not. I don't think that's her name.
yeah, America Chavez.
American Chavez. Damn, I said I said a totally different name.
You racist bastard.
Oh my god! I don't know why I said. Y'all know who I'm in, man. American Chavez, bro. But yeah,
I
we
look
got
hope they
her.
throw her in the trash too,
For real.
or recast her. I don't like this actor. She don't look nothing like America Chavez.
I
But
don't know.
maybe I'm just being an old, angry, fake, mad comic book or whatever.
I think we got like one or two other. Oh, we
She
got
just
Thor.
was
We
a
got
very
Thor's daughter
bad.
too.
Yes, I don't know. They gonna do nothing with her, dog. Or the girl from not the Quasar girl from Guardians 3.
Who?
Do you remember in Guardians of the Galaxy 3? Apparently, the other girl that they added in like the new
Oh,
Guardians
at the
team
very end.
in the
Yeah, I know you're
very
talking about.
end.
I forgot what her powers is, but I remember
Yeah,
you talking
apparently
about.
she's supposed to be. It's supposed to be like an iteration of one of the Quasars. But yeah, so obviously it's hinting towards that. How they pay that off is probably going to come together in Secret Wars or Kang Dynasty, whatever.
They need to fight
But
somebody
that
weak,
may be a little
like
bit excited.
they need to fight Kingpin
Yeah.
or like Max. I was about to say somebody like the Red Scroll, somebody like that, bro.
That's maybe, but I think this is good. I think it's a great way for Marvel to market their, like, I don't want to say sidekicks, but younger characters. Because we all know DC typically has the more famous, more well known sidekicks, so to speak, like with Dick Grayson, the
Yeah,
Titans, Cyborg, all of
Beast
them,
Boy, all of them.
Beast Boy. So with them, I think this is Marvel's chance to kind of capitalize on not only like their hype, but just make these lesser known characters just more popular, more likable. Have them work as a team. Have them do something. But yeah, I also think it's funny that we have more of an idea of what the Young Avengers is than we do the Avengers. Because right now we don't know who they are.
I don't even know if Thor on the team still. I don't know who on the Avengers, bro.
We gonna find out at Kang Dynasty because that's the next Avengers movie.
That's what it looked like.
But so the next and probably the more talked about end credit scene,
bro.
So at the end of the movie, obviously we see an incursion happen. The main villain, Darben, uses both the quantum bands to basically rip a hole into another reality. Monica Rambeau goes into the other side, closes from the other side, which my thought is, why the hell did you have to go to the other side to close
That made me mad, bro. That was
Just
the only
stay on
time
this
I was
side.
mad.
What you doing? But that's neither here nor there.
Yeah.
So she closes it, trapping herself in that universe. And fast forward to, I guess this is more like a mid-credit scene. Because there was no, I don't think there was an end credit scene, quote unquote, but it was supposed to, I think it was paying off like that Flarkin joke shit.
Yeah, it wasn't nothing.
But so we see Monica Rambeau wake up in a hospital bed, and we hear some people in the back. We look over. It's Monica Rambeau's mother, Maria Rambeau.
Mm-hmm.
She wakes up, she's obviously, giddy, happy to see her mom. She hasn't seen her mom since the blip, which is at this point at least 5 years
Yeah.
ago. Probably longer than that.
It's like 6, maybe.
Or
6 or
maybe
7.
no, it had to be at least 5. Yeah, probably 6. So I'm thinking like the last time she saw obviously was
Oh,
during Infinity War,
yeah.
but yeah, she wakes up. Maria Rambeau does not know who she's talking about.
Yeah, she's like, who
So
are you?
she's like, "Who are you?" Whatever. Da, da, da. Then we see a blue figure in a
We
very
see,
familiar voice.
bro, can I tell
We
you right
see.
now?
Go
When he
ahead.
walked in, for some reason, I thought it was, Mr. Fantastic. I don't know why my brain went to Mr. Fantastic. I said, ain't no way they showing Mr. Fantastic right now. And then, like you said, we see a blue figure and we see Beast from X-Men.
Yes, Beast from the X-Men, and it is. I'm looking up the actor's name right now as we speak, but
Yeah. So
it
we
is
see Beast.
basically the same actor from the Fox X-Men universe who played Beast. Looking up his name right now. But yeah, we
Oh,
see him in there. We see him talking to Maria Rambeau, who is in this universe binary, which is a alternate version of Captain Marvel. Basically with binary like sun powers, a more powerful version of Captain Marvel. So this is not the same one. I remember when we left the movie, I didn't know immediately who that was. So
I didn't know who it
me
was
and
either.
Ijoma and all them thought I was like, is that Storm? Like, is she Storm? Is she supposed to be Storm or something?
Oh,
Because
I knew
obviously,
she wasn't that.
those are characters similar, but no, she is not Storm. Unfortunately, she is binary. Hence why she is. So in this universe, I believe she is. I don't know if she's supposed to be Maria Rambeau just as the binary character, or like she's a Carol Danvers, just uh,
A different superhero name.
just different suit, like just different person as in binary. So yeah, we see that. We see that now so that just proved to us, because also as Beast is talking to Maria Rambeau, he brings up Professor Xavier. So we know that they're in the X mansion. We
Mm-hmm.
see the X on the monitor, and why can I not find this nigga name? So we see the monitor. We see Kelsey Grammer. It is Kelsey Grammer from X-Men Last Stand. I don't
Oh,
know if that is
it,
that universe,
I was like,
but
I didn't even think that was him.
yeah, I immediately recognized the voice. I just didn't know the actor's name, but I knew exactly who that was. But so to my knowledge, she's in an X-Men universe.
Yeah.
She's not in the same X-Men universe as the one that was in
Fox.
Multiverse of Madness, because all them niggas are dead. And well, we know Charles Xavier is dead, and Beast brought up Professor X's name, so we know he's
Yeah.
alive. So that one's out of the question. So I believe it's the Fox universe. I'm just going. I believe it's the Fox universe. They just, in this one kind of made retweet some things, or it's another universe that is similar to the Fox universe. Hence why we don't. Hence why we have a CGI version of Kelsey Grammer and not him in a costume. And rightfully
True.
so, because Kelsey Grammer is almost
Old.
70 years old.
Yeah.
So I'm sure you don't want to be in that shit no more. But yes. So we see that, and that I damn near shook the fucking chair in front of me when that shit was happening. I'm like, what the hell is going on? So Feeq, what are your thoughts on that? What do you think that leads to?
Oh
And
man.
how did you feel about that end credit scene?
When that end credit scene popped up, first when I saw her mom, I said, "Oh shit!" Then I saw the feet, like because they only showed like his feet. Well, not really the feet; they showed like leg, kind of, sort of. And they showed the
Mm-hmm.
Beast. I yelled. It was maybe 10 people in that whole theater. I said, "What the fuck?" Like I was the loudest person. I was the loudest person in that whole theater, man. I know they thought I was tweaking.
Who'd you see it with? You just by yourself?
Yeah, I went I had saw it like a Saturday. It was right after I went on a run. I was like, I looked
Mm-hmm.
on my phone. I was like, oh, this whole comes on at 11. It's like 9:30, 10 right now. I'm gonna just go watch it.
That definitely shook me as well. That's
Yeah,
probably the most excited for a credit scene I've been in a minute.
yeah,
Um,
for sure.
Now
That's
I don't know how
definitely the
this
best.
ties. I don't know if this will tie into Deadpool. Like maybe we'll see Monica in Deadpool 3. Maybe, maybe not, or maybe this is that same universe. Hence why we get a Wolverine in a comic book actor costume. We get Maria Rambeau in a comic book actor costume. Um, Beast. We might see Charles Xavier again, and you know it's gonna be a lot. I don't know what Deadpool 3 is about to be about. Not gonna lie, like it's about to be so much shit in here. I'm worried that it might be bad, but I don't think it'll be
I
bad.
I had to mute. Like I had to mute so much Marvel and DC stuff because I kept seeing stuff about movies. I'm like, bro, ain't no trailers. I ain't trying to know all the characters in these hoes. I want to be excited. Like, so I muted. I already saw one thing about Deadpool already, so I'm like, all right, I guess now I know this person's in there, but I didn't want to know.
Which one?
Um, the character, like who's in there?
Yeah.
Sabretooth.
Oh yeah, I seen that as well.
Yeah. So I started muting all this stuff and leaks, but I don't know what the hell Deadpool is gonna be. Just a fan service. I
Yeah, it
think.
is gonna be.
I think it's
I
gonna be
think
straight
it's
fan
gonna
service.
be. I think it's gonna be what Multiverse of Madness was supposed to be, just and then some. Like very comical. We going through all these different multiverses and seeing a lot of different shit.
Yeah.
So yeah, in terms of me, what I think this goes, obviously we might see because I think this definitely leads to, the Secret Wars plot. How this maybe ties into Kane Dynasty. I'm not too sure. We might get something, around the TVA, especially now with like the ending of Loki, how that is. It's going to be a lot of different things going on in that as well. I think probably she'll comes. I think she tries to find a way to come back to the main universe, and she
Hmm.
doesn't come back until Secret Wars.
That makes sense.
Because obviously we know in Secret Wars that's when we're gonna get the whole 9 yards. We're gonna get
Yeah.
everybody and their mom in that movie.
Just boxing each other.
Those are pretty much our thoughts for the end credit scene. With that being said, we're gonna go into our next topic, which is the Invincible season 2 mid-season finale.
Man.
Probably more so talking about the last episode and then just how we felt about everything as a whole. At the time of this recording, the series ended, I believe, about 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, it
And
was around 2.
we see, niggas get their shit clapped. Pause.
Bruh. Oh man. So the Invincible season finale. So on the season finale, if I remember correctly, they were on that bug planet.
Thraxon or Thrax?
Yeah, Thraxin. No, because
Thraxus.
because they're called Thraxians. Yeah, something like that. But you see Omni Man and Invincible. You see them on this planet, and pretty much episode before Omni Man got Invincible there because pretty much one of the bugs lied to him, said it was meteors coming down, XYZ, but really it was some other Viltrumites coming there to kill Omni Man because he left his post.
Yes. Yep. So we see that. Obviously, that whole fight scene was just insane, especially towards the end, because that really was the bulk of the episode.
Yeah, them
That
fighting.
was everything. Obviously, we go back to Earth to kind of check in with the mother.
She having a mental crisis.
Mental crisis. We
She needs
also
to call a
see
helpline.
um, that other dude with the glasses realized that
he a cyborg.
he a cyborg.
Bro, hey, I'm not gonna lie, bro. Every time I see him, bro, I think of bro, what's his name off fuck what?
Talking about Billy
Is
or
it
Bobby?
Bobby? Think of Bobby, bro.
Bobby from King of the Hill.
King of the Hill.
Yeah,
Every
I think
time
the
I
same.
see
He
him,
looked
I
just
think
like
of
that.
Bobby. Oh man. But yeah, we see him. He realized he a cyborg, and then we go back to Thraxon, and Mark is getting his shit clapped by that old woman.
Yeah,
and
because
then
he's holding back.
Yeah, and then that's what Omni-Man brings up middle of the fight while he fighting Conor McGregor. He's like, bro. He like, bro, stop holding back. He's like, what you talking about? He said, nigga, they trying to kill you. Trying to kill them back.
And even before that, we see Mark trying to protect his basically half family and his half brother from Biscuit Oliver. And we see that whole shit was just crazy. We see Biscuit Oliver get his stomach cut open.
Bro, when that happened,
impaled.
I said, no way. I said, he's dead, bro. And then we see this nigga at the very end of the fight do a drop kick from hell.
When he came out of nowhere, I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, this reaching ass bullshit.
Then he gonna say, when you kill someone, make sure they're dead. I said, all right, bro.
Make sure you're dead. You ain't digging your whole self outside of you. Everything's outside of you. You're literally holding yourself together.
Yeah.
You got to get yourself together.
Literally.
He was holding yourself together
insides.
as you drop in this nigga. I would think you're dead too. You're screwing yourself all over the place. But my bad for not finishing the deal. My bad for not double tapping. My bad. But that whole fight was crazy. Obviously, so as Mark is fighting the other older lady, we see him kind of, unleash. Because we've seen Mark kind of go, I guess, quote unquote, berserk in different fight scenes for just a tad bit. But we do know that he does hold back because he has that fear of becoming his father.
Yeah.
And that really holds him back, and hence why he's not invincible. But I think in this next, like the second part of season 2, we're gonna see him kind of turn into like a darker side.
I hope he do turn up a little bit.
Please, because I'm tired of the status quo of Mark getting his ass beat every episode.
Every episode, bro. He getting tossed around.
So, yeah, all in all, I really enjoyed this first season. I liked how each episode was an hour. Even though it was only 4, it was, it was like a bittersweet thing. But I thought this episode was really good. I thought this first half of the season was really good. Obviously, we get introduced to Angstrom Levy, but he's gonna come back. He's gonna be more like, I guess, the Mahler twins. Pop up every now and then.
Yeah.
Probably gonna get the Council of Mark Graysons again. Probably in the second half of the season. And then I feel like at the end of this season, we're probably going to get introduced to like Thrag, and depending on how this ends, maybe the startings of like the Viltrumite War.
I don't know what none of that shit is. But it sounds live.
Well, basically, the Viltrum, like the Council of the Coalition of Planets. Speaking of that,
bro,
Optimus Prime in the fucking.
When I tell you, I heard that voice and I knew immediately it was Peter Cullen. I sat up. I said, Optimus? I said, Autobots roll out?
I'm watching that still with D-Joe. I'm like, I literally scream like, Optimus Prime?
Bro,
what the fuck?
The crazy thing is, when I heard it at first for a split second, I didn't realize that was him talking, like the old dude at the middle. So I was looking for a robot. I said, bro, where is this nigga at, bro?
Yeah.
And then we see Optimus Prime a traitor, bro.
Man, that's
That
interesting.
caught
That was
me
an
off
interesting
guard.
plot twist. I think because from what I remember from the comic storyline, uh, I don't remember him turning to like the dark side, quote unquote. Maybe this is gonna pay off in the second half of the season, or he
Mm-hmm.
has a reason for killing Alan, so to speak. But I'm not sure. Maybe he's in cahoots with Thrag, and Thrag is basically like the Thanos of this universe. Like he's the leader of he's like the Thanos slash General Zod of Viltrum. He's like the lead commander of Viltrum, and
Okay.
I they're gonna their whole obviously we know their whole plan is like to conquer the universe and shit, and they're trying to get Earth, and they're
Mm-hmm.
trying to get Nolan because he left his post and was supposed to do what he was supposed to do. So we see Mark. I think Mark is probably gonna do the same thing. They're gonna go to Viltrum and see like, nigga, why didn't you take over this planet yet? We told you. We told you that
So
if you
that
don't do it, that's your ass.
so that dude with the eye patch, that wasn't Thrag, right? Like the one
No,
who he didn't have an eye patch, did he? I don't
I
remember if he
think he
did.
did.
Okay, so that wasn't Thrag.
No, it was not.
Okay.
Thrag is he's basically like Nolan, like Omni Man, but what looks kind of similar to him. He just has like a bolt, like a buzz cut, and his uniform is a bit more red.
Okay. Bet. I'll be looking for that. Looking forward to that then.
Yeah, he's that
he,
man. He that nigga. He that
he be on that type of time.
he be on that type of timing. He be's on that type of time. And I don't know if he's ready to see the type of shit he about to do.
For real? All right. Oh, okay.
It's
That
about to get crazy.
is it
It's
like
about to get crazy.
Sakuna type crazy?
That's a good question. I would
Frieza
say
type crazy?
he's Sakuna is like 1, he's
Uh-huh.
1A, like
Oh,
right under it.
oh shit. Oh man. Okay. I'm ready then. I'm ready.
Like he gets down. He don't play.
Bet.
So next we'll be talking about the Jujutsu Kaisen season 2 transitioning to the anime space. There's a lot of shit that happened our last episode that we recorded. And,
Oh man, spoil it from this
for
point on.
spoilers
Yeah, we'll say right now.
for
From this
Jujutsu
point
Kaisen
on,
season 2.
come back in the next like 10 minutes.
So
So
after we see the incident, the next
yeah,
two, well, I guess at this point now, the next 3,
yeah.
the next 2 episodes we see are, very sad. I know Ijoma was very hurt at the hurt at this incident happening. We see now we see because I know I'm kind of all over the place, but
Now you
I
good?
just want to like go back to what you said earlier.
Yeah,
Just how like Mahito was about to go like
I
Wilt
told you,
Chamberlain
Wilt
prime
Chamberlain.
Shaq, like early 2000 Lakers. Now I see why. Because I'm like, before the whole time, he only had that little stint at the beginning. He did all the transfigured humans, and we didn't really see him again. We saw Sakuna go to work
Go to
last 2
work.
episodes. And I'm like, oh man, it can't get much worse than this.
Boy, the chick.
Was I surely mistaken? Nigga, was I wrong? So we see Nanami come back. He's half burnt. He's He comes down the steps, and we see about 150 transfigured humans
And he's
going to work
slashing.
at this nigga, slashing them. And these are basically like Hulkish type zombies
Yeah,
that are transfigured, hence the name by Mahito due to his curse technique, right?
Yeah,
So it's curse technique. So Nanami is just in there Like, all right, dog. Let me
He's
go
on
to
a
work.
he's on a natural high because he's hallucinating while fighting low key because he's thinking about
Yeah.
that trip in Malaysia. He's like, oh, this is what I want to do once I'm done with all this. So that's why you kind of see him like dancing and he kind of just like he flowing while he
Yeah,
fighting.
he's in a flow state right now. So after he's done with all that, and they playing that music. That music is getting sad. Joe was talking to me. She's like, Dan, I don't like this. I don't like this at all. Like, why are they doing this? I'm like, I don't know. I don't know, Joba. Like, I'm hoping it's not what I think it is because it sends some shit up that I don't like.
Yeah,
But so we see he kills all the transfigured humans. Then we hear a voice, and then we see a hand on
man.
someone's back. And as soon as I see that hand on his back, pause. I'm like, no. No, I'm literally my jaw damn near dropped to the ground when I see that shit. I'm like, there's no way. And yeah, we see Nanami get half his body blown up. And I hate how Mahito did it because he waited just for Yuji to get there and to
Yeah,
see his mentor,
get
his
killed.
his nigga get killed in front of him.
And the
Just when it
crazy,
couldn't get worse, just when he saw Suguna go to work on the whole city of the whole tri-state area of Shibuya, he
yeah,
sees Mahito, his arch rival, arch nemesis, kill his one of his best mentors in Nanami. Probably a better mentor to him than Gojo was to Yuji.
he's 100% a better mentor. 100% a better mentor.
So he kills his teacher, and Yuji is feeling all the rage in the world.
Yeah.
Feeq, what was your thought? Like,
Oh my
what would
goodness.
happen to you when you saw that in the manga? Because obviously, for those who don't know or forgot, Feeq he's read all this shit. He's
Yeah.
past these dark times and in darker times.
Oh yeah, I was about to say it's worse. But reading that the first time, I thought I misread. Like because one thing I'll say is the anime has added a lot of scenes to these panels, and like I've said it before already, but they're adding much more scenes where they're giving people better screen time and they're making stuff more cohesive. Like I already think the manga was like 10 out of 10 or 9 out of 10 for most stuff. The anime is better than the manga. I'll say that. It's 100% better than the manga. But for that scene, reading that, you're thinking like, it's no way you let Nanami live at first, right? It's like, okay, he came back from being burnt point blank, so he gonna live. And then you see Mahito, you're like, all right, it's one of those days. And the original thought in my head was him and Yuji gonna fight Mahito together. Like again, it's gonna be like a rematch thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Boy, was I fucking wrong.
Mahito knew he couldn't take them both again at the same time. He had to take one out.
Yeah.
And I think he waited till he was done. I think he had his hand on his back the whole time. And Nanami just didn't know or obviously he didn't have his back on him the whole time.
Yeah. He
I
was
think
watching him the whole
he
time.
definitely was waiting.
Yeah, because it's a split second. They did it. You can obviously see it better in the manga because it ain't moving. But on the anime, you see him for a split second. He's in like a photo booth with his legs kicked up, and he sees Nanami walk by. He's just like looking at him. And then once he goes down the steps, he kind of just like he's still in that photo booth. Then he sees him killing all the transfigures human. He's just chilling, like watching him.
Yeah, I remember that. So
yeah,
that was very sad. And then we see Yuji and Mahito go to work. We see that in them boxing.
bro.
Next episode, we see them even more boxing. But it just felt like this whole time, Yuji he hasn't been like, I guess, doing what I've been hoping he is able to. I'm like, he's getting his ass beat respectfully. Now, respectfully, these are special grades. So it's like, these ain't just no regular niggas to sneeze at. But It's like, he's boxing, and then he's in mental depression, and then just getting his brain played with by Mahito. And then we see Nobara go to work, hitting him with the nails. That was crazy.
The big dog.
And then next episode,
bro,
we see.
Please don't make me talk about this.
Another casualty.
Oh man.
So that last scene of like when, because we know that both of them were fighting Mahito, but it was a split version. One of them had the technique where if they touch someone, they turn to a transfigured human, but the other one had the other technique for the other hand. I can't remember really what that one was.
No, it was you're right. One it pretty much was one had the technique and one was just like a double without the technique. He could still transform his body, but he couldn't actually transfigure people.
So we see them fighting each one of them, and they're both doing pretty good. Yuji's going to work. He's boxing. He's whooping his ass, and it's like, I'm like, okay, they're gonna get him. They're gonna stop him right now. And then we sense Mahito run back to his double, because Mahito's plan is, I'm about to kill his best friend in front of him and just make him even more distraught.
Yeah.
So they run to each other, and then we're thinking whole time they're gonna combine, and it's gonna be Nobara and Yuji going against Mahito, but they duped us, just like they duped Yuji and Nobara. They run past each other, and we see Mahito, and they run past each other at the time where Nobara didn't see the switch.
Yeah,
she didn't see the switch, so she doesn't know which one is what. So we see Mahito come in and basically get slapped with the hand that is able to transfigure humans. Now, this time was different than Nanami's death because, well, A, we actually get a backstory of Nobara, how she grew up. B, this one is different in the sense that Mahito, he didn't touch all of his fingers on her. So it wasn't a complete transfiguration.
Yeah, it was like a quick slap pretty much like on her face. He put his whole hand on there, but the thing is, like, depending on your curse energy, you can kind of delay, or I'm not gonna say block his technique, but you can kind of delay it. So like Nanami, when he first was fighting him, Mahito, like the very first time they fought, Mahito wasn't able to kill him with like one touch. So that's kind of like the same deal. And the thing is, and I'm glad you brought it up. So Nobara, she didn't see the switch at all. So like she was still running down the damn steps, and they had already like switched. And in the manga, it's kind of worse. They did like a WWE tag in. They gave each other a high five while they passed each other up.
God.
So that just makes it even more pissed off. So they switched, and it's like as soon as she get down the stairs, she sees Yuji out the corner of her eye, and then Mahito's hand is already like right there. So like in anime, they kind of made it seem like she had more time, but it was like, nah, in the manga, it was like boom, boom, like, oh shit.
Like a bang, bang play.
Yeah.
Nah, that was crazy. How did you feel about that sequence of events in the manga and just reading it in?
I fully stopped reading for like 2 or 3 weeks. Because with Nobara was like in my top 5 characters, because like I was like, bro, she cool, she's useful. I said this is a good character,
right?
And then when we got to Shibuya, I said, okay, I can kind of get the vibe. People are gonna die, but you ain't gonna kill one of the 3 students, right? I said, you ain't gonna kill one of the 3 main people. Boy, was I so damn wrong. And it's like, I think Shibuya and JJK does a good job with how they do, I think, to me, how they do deaths, because in a lot of anime, when a character dies, they do a backstory, but then they also do like sometimes they do long monologues and all this other shit. And you be like, damn, bro, we in the middle of a fight. And I think Jujutsu Kaisen does a good job with basing some realism in the fights where it's like and Mahito said it too when he was beating Yuji's head in. He was like, bro, this is war. Like, we don't got time for half-assed convictions, and this ain't like a field trip. Like, we here to kill each other. Like, you don't got time to think. So I think Jujutsu Kaisen does a good job with that, where it's like, no, you're not gonna have a chance to. You can grieve over they deaths, but it like next episode you gotta be ready to see if somebody else died. Like, you gotta lock in.
Yeah. And it's almost like the viewer or even the reader at that point, but the viewer in terms of the anime is like on that, like going through that same journey as well. Like, we're in war right now. We don't have time to grieve about
Literally.
these niggas that are dying. We in the middle of action right now.
Yeah.
And we're seeing that in with Yuji and Mahito kind of just giving it to him. Like you said in the episode after that, he's kind of mixing them in. And at this point, Yuji is defeated. He
He's
doesn't even
done.
want to continue living. He's seen Sukuna fuck up the whole city. He's seen his two closest peers die in front of his eyes. We don't know what the hell happened to Megumi. We know he's in a coma right now.
Yeah.
And it's just like, Yuji just feels lifeless.
Mm-hmm.
And then that man shows up.
And
that
then
boy.
that dog.
That dog.
That
his brother. Todo.
Brother.
Todo comes in the fray. When that happened, I was like, oh shit.
Man.
And then my next thought is like, nigga, what the fuck was y'all doing? Where was y'all niggas at? Where was y'all at when these niggas was dying in these streets? I know these ain't your classmates, but y'all still all sorcerers at the end of the day. Y'all school is ass. So that was I'm like, what the fuck was y'all doing? Then we kind of see what they were doing. Some of them were on the train because Mekamaru was like, I'm not sending the rest of y'all up here just to die. Yeah. The only people I believe can come up here and will live is Todo and the nigga that's with him.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone else is susceptible to get slatted. So I'm not about to let y'all walk up in here thinking it's all peaches and cream and y'all get slapped by Mahito and other people.
Exactly.
So we see that. We see Mekamaru kind of give his last goodbyes to his love interest. You said who?
Miwa. That's her name.
Yeah, Miwa. I saw a tweet. It was like, this is the only swordsman in anime who has not had like a cold, who I haven't seen have like a cold swordsman moment. Like, it's not clear that he said as a swordsman. And I'm like, yeah, because I don't remember what she did in the first season. And she ain't done no shit in this season. So,
man, if only you knew about Miwa, bro. That shit's hilarious.
But we see that. We see Todo kind of basically give Yuji a pep talk. Like, look, nigga.
He gave him that Irwin speech. He said, bro, we do what we signed up for. We're Jujutsu sorcerers. You don't got time to think about your dear friends. Because if you're thinking about them, that means you ain't doing your job.
Yeah. Yeah. So basically gave him that big bro talk. And Yuji kind of snapped out of it and is like, he's right. So now we see both of them kind of go to work together.
Bro.
And it just made me miss them like tag teaming each other. And it also made me remember like Todo's curse technique, like Jujutsu technique with the claps and shit. That shit was hilarious. And because it was like Mahito was so mad because he couldn't really understand his powers.
Mm-hmm.
Or he did, but he just couldn't touch him or couldn't counter him.
Yeah.
Really. So at that point, we see both of them boxing. We see Yuji, or we see Todo hit him with the Black Flash.
Bro, what'd you think when he did that? That damn All Might.
I was about to say, get this All Might, all for one for all. Fucking JoJo's Bizarre Adventure bullshit off my screen.
Nah, bro,
that shit was hilarious.
The crazy thing about Todo is he's like the smartest student, like between both schools. He's like the smartest student, but like he's low key mentally ill, bro. Because if you look, the way he's convinced himself that Yuji has been in his whole life, like right before he did the Black Flash, they did like a few cut frames like real quick. And when you pause those, it's one where it's like him and Yuji, I think, eating some food together. Another one is them in class. Another one is just some random females. It's just some random girls. And then he hits the kick. And I said, bro, this nigga, I said, this man Toto is motivated by bad bitches and his friends. I said, he just like me.
That's hilarious. But yeah, y'all. Everybody needs someone like Toto in a friend group. Someone that's gonna ride for him. Someone that's gonna pick him up. Someone that's gonna pick you up when you're down. Mm-hmm. And someone that's gonna run through a brick wall for you. Because that's definitely Toto right now. And we see now at the end of this episode, everyone's about to use 120% of their soul. And now we see Mahito got to unlock.
That was crazy. What'd you think? I know this is earlier, it's like the very beginning episode. What'd you think when Mahito hit that Black Flash on Yuji? Like the very beginning episode.
I'm just like, yeah, y'all are the same. And he's about to kill you. Because I'm like, at this point, and I think I told you this, and I don't know if I said this in our last episode, but if I did, I'm going to say it again. This nigga Mahito is like, he's like climbing the ranks of villains that I despise. Like, he's about to top niggas like Ramsay from Game of Thrones. That's how evil that nigga is. Because Ramsay, the thing about Ramsay, and if people who watch Game of Thrones already know this, Ramsay is one of them villains that just don't give a fuck. And don't really have anything to lose. He was a bastard. He's a bastard from the north. He don't got shit to lose. He was like, I'm supposed to have been dead or in the trash. I mean, they're supposed to be dead on the street.
Yeah.
So now I'm just gonna fuck with niggas. I'm gonna torture niggas because I can, and nobody's gonna stop me. That is Mahito right now. He's a cursed spirit made from humans' fear of whatever
themselves,
and it's like he's just like, I'm just gonna fuck with niggas because I can, and no one can stop me doing it.
Yeah, I will say. Like, go ahead.
Go ahead.
Oh, I will say. I will say the way they did Mahito on here in the anime, in the manga, I hated him, but on the anime, I really hate him. Like, it just made it more amplified because the voice actor for Mahito is doing amazing because when he mocked Yuji for yelling, and he was like, "Nigga, I hear you. Stop yelling." I said, "Oh my god, I would have went. My eyes would have been red, bro." Yeah. and then when he was like punching Yuji in the face and shit, and he was like laughing, I said, "Bro, this is like the Joker in Red Hood." Like this, it felt like that because it showed the silhouette. You remember Joker who had the crowbar? He was hitting Jason.
Yeah,
it felt like that.
Jason. Yeah. So hopefully in this next episode, they can trample this beast because right now it ain't looking too good. I'm hoping and at this point now it's like anyone can be on the chopping block.
Next episode,
I just hope they don't kill.
Of the year.
Next episode is episode of the year.
Yeah, this one low key. The episode just now recently is tied for me with the Sukuna one against Maharaga. Yeah, but next week that's gonna be the best episode of the whole season.
Some of my friends was telling me this last episode was just peak fiction, and it was good, but it was like a bit anticlimactic. I'm like, damn, that's it. But now that you say next, because now at the way it ended, I'm like, yeah, next episode about to be some lunch.
Oh, next week. Good Lord, bro.
About to be some crank.
Next week, I'm pulling up to the episode like Toto. I'm going to be.
Yeah, you
in that tea stand.
The Ronin Sage and Justin. How was how has Jalen, for those who don't know, the Ronan Sage, big supporter of the podcast. How has he been like handling? Like, how is he these last couple episodes? If y'all seen them together,
Yeah, it's been funny because his reactions is funny. So like, I know when Nobra, like the stuff happened with Nobra, he was already like out of it because they started showing the flashback. He was like, "Bro, she's dead, huh?" And then it showed her face explode. Yeah. So right now it's been funny. When Toto pulled up, he got extra excited because I don't remember. I feel like I think I told him. I was like, "Yeah, nobody from other schools really show up." But then Toto's in the intro. But then I also said, I said, if you look at the intro, it shows you the entire season. But no, it's been real cool, man. Them reactions, it's real chill and everything.
Yeah, I see you've been going viral now. 1 million views on one of them. Encounter. This nigga Feeq is famous. He's IG famous.
that junk, when that junk hit like 100,000 views, I was like, why? But then when it got to 1 million, I was like, hey, yo, this is cool. And it's crazy.
Because that's when Gojo just went to work on everybody,
right? Nah, it wasn't that one. You said Jogo? Yeah, Jogo.
Yeah, Jogo, my bad.
Yeah, it was that one. It's when he burnt Nanami, Maki, and
yes.
Old Man Zenin.
Yeah, he sure did. That was great. That one was funny because it's just like Jalen's reaction Sage's reaction is just like how mine was. I'm like, bruh, where did you coming from? Like, they literally just got out of this. Where the hell was you at?
He was chilling around the corner.
Koji just came. So Megabee's dealing with that shit, and then everybody just get burnt. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? I just remember me and Ijoma's reaction once. I'm like, dog, these niggas are barbecue chicken right now. I'm like, no way they dead. And now the mindset I'm at with JJK is the mindset I was at with like Game of Thrones after like the Red Wedding. I'm like, anyone is liable at this point. Anyone is on the chopping block. Nobody is safe.
Mm-hmm.
And no one is really a hero at this point. Like, no one is realistically a good guy. And all the good guys are dead or not in the battle. Or too far away from the battle to do some shit about it.
Yeah, this is a game of survival now. It's just like make it to the end of the night.
Yeah, but with that being said, so that's been our main topics. Next ones are just going to be some quick ones that we've seen. You know, usually we don't talk about games or gaming stuff, but these two are, I guess, pretty special to us because not only did we grow up on one of these, it's both anime and Marvel, which is what we talk about. So the first one is at the Gaming Awards. They dropped, well, both of these trailers were dropped at the Gaming Awards, but the first one we're going to be talking about is the Dragon Ball Z Sparking Zero in trailer, which isn't that from the Budokai Tenkaichi series? It's just like a different name now.
Yeah, they just renamed it, but it's pretty much the fourth game in the series.
Okay. So we got a main trailer for that. We got like an announcement for a Tenkaichi 4, but now we've seen the trailer for it and it's gonna have a different name. What are your thoughts? Like, how did you feel about the trailer? I thought this game, because for those who don't know, I'm an Xbox guy.
Same
I don't
here.
have my console with me right now, but I will get one, and that will be one of the games I will buy, along with this next game we're going to talk about. But yeah, what are your thoughts on the trailer?
Man, I was hype as hell because people don't know it. That's when the Tenkaichi series, that's where you really used to break your controller as a kid. Trying to do combos.
Especially you going in on the fights and the shit, you rolling them
battles,
the joysticks together.
Yeah. So I think it looked amazing. The roster of characters so far, they say it's gonna be like one of the biggest ever because they showed one of the wolf brother aliens from the Tournament of Power. So everybody's like, bro, if he's in here, nigga, everybody's in this game. So that it might be like 70 or 50 plus characters on the roster for this game.
Yeah.
So I'm really excited for it.
Nah, me too. I think it's gonna be a great game. For me, this is gonna like revitalize that love for just like anime and fighting games. Because Budokai Tenkaichi was one of the first games I played growing up, where it was just like that. Me and my brothers and my friend Steve. We were always at Steve's crib playing Tenkaichi 2 and just literally we would spend the night over at his crib just playing that shit all night, screaming at the TV all night, going at each other, playing the games, playing the different modes. And like that was such a revolutionary game. So like to see that now come back after all of this time, we've had Xenoverse, Fighter Z. That was the last one I played, and I was really pretty decent at that. I don't think anybody can beat my trio, but hey,
all right, now
that's just me.
yeah.
But yeah, this is definitely a game that I'll be eyeing and probably buying, especially when I get my console. And the next game is Marvel Games dropped a trailer for Blade.
Ooh.
That will be coming out, I believe, in 2025. So around the same time the Blade movie is supposed to be coming out, which makes sense. This game is supposed to be taking place in Paris, and you can kind of see that in the trailer. It starts off in like a barber shop with Blade in the chair, and we kind of overhear like the news on the barber's like monitor. And we also see it's like in French, and then we see the Eiffel Tower on the screen. And yeah, it's more like a teaser. But yeah, what was your reaction when you saw this trailer?
Man, I did not expect them to announce that. I really expected them to announce because they've been talking about a Black Panther game. I expected them to announce that. So they said Blade. I said, oh shit. Then they said it's I think Bethesda's helping make it, so people are pretty much saying it's more than likely going to be Xbox exclusive. I said, shit, I'm glad I still have an Xbox.
Yeah, so I've been seeing because they didn't come out and say it was an Xbox exclusive, but like you said, the studios usually make Xbox exclusive games. Do you think it should be an Xbox exclusive?
Honestly, no, because you can honestly as a company you get more money, but like, yeah, honestly, nah.
Interesting. Because I say yes, it should be. Because fuck them. Fuck all them niggas that are on Sony just a Spider-Man and soon to be Wolverine. Fuck them. They be like, they don't want to make Spider-Man open to everybody because of Sony. And same with the Wolverine games. I'm like, okay, I want to play that bullshit. We'll make Blade and just make it Xbox exclusive.
Yeah.
Nah, so I'm like, I hope it is, respectfully. Make all them niggas buy Xboxes. They making random niggas buy PS5 just for Spider-Man.
That's why we all gotta get PCs, man. Play anything.
One day, just not today. But yeah, that's pretty much it for the rest of our topics. So now we will be going into our world famous bag.
Yes, sir.
Cue the music.
Yeah, bitch, I'm in my bag. Yeah, bag, bitch. I just made a bag. Yeah, bag, bitch. I just made a bag. Yeah, bag of beef, bag.
So the first get in our bag question is, what would you say is the most iconic anime item ever?
I would say off the top of my head, it is either a Pokeball or the Dragon Balls.
Interesting. Yeah, I would have to say the Dragon Balls, but it probably is the Pokeballs. It's one of them two.
Yeah.
Because I saw this from a tweet, and it had like a list of examples. A couple of them weren't even anime, weren't even from animes. Because one of them was like the Omnitrix. I'm like, that is not anime. That is Ben 10.
And it still wouldn't be the most famous.
It wouldn't. But I saw like Luffy Straw Hat. Yeah, it had a list. It was Luffy Straw Hat, the Dragon Balls, Naruto Ninja Band headband, the Death Note, um, Ezra's or Arza's sword from Fairy Tail,
Hell no.
Mikasa's scarf, Gong's fishing rod, and Zengetsu.
Who the hell says gone fishing rod? that's random. That's random. Yeah, I will stick with mine. It's either the Pokeballs or the Dragon Ball. Only other thing I could possibly see is like a Yu-Gi-Oh card. Like just
that is a good one.
Like
Yu-Gi-Oh
just
card is
the front,
a good one.
yeah, like just the front of like or back of a Yu-Gi-Oh card. It doesn't matter what card, but just that spiral on the card.
The spiral on the back, yeah.
Yeah, that was the
that
only
blue eyes white dragon.
Yeah, Exodia. Yeah, those are only.
But
three.
It has to be. I agree. Out of those two, I would say some honorable mentions. The good one was the Yu-Gi-Oh cards. So another one is the Naruto headbands. You know, you've seen niggas in the hood wear those shits.
For real.
But another one I would say that's pretty iconic, like when you think of anime, is a Gundam. Literally a Gundam.
Yeah, you're
just
right.
Any kind of mech or mechanical robot from like whether it's like Neon Evangelion, Gurren Lagann, those shits like that. Any kind of Gundam, and that's really everything else I can think of. I don't know why Mikasa's scarf is on here.
Yeah, that they put that.
The
only
straw hat
is.
I think it's more iconic now just because of how big One Piece is. Like hell, they had One Piece at the fucking Rams and Browns game last week.
Shit, yeah,
in the SoFi Stadium,
and they just put it in
and in the parade. So I think it's growing more popularity now. But just terms like things that stand the test of time, I would say the top two were Dragon Balls and the Pokeball.
Yeah,
people see those. I would say more so it's probably the Pokeball because people see Pokeball and know what Pokemon is.
Yeah, like you cannot ever have watched anime and you will know what a Pokeball is.
Yeah. That is very true. Yeah, the next one is, would you say is, who out of this list of anime villains would you say is the most evil? So we have Sukuna, we have Frieza, we have Dio from JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, and we have All for One from My Hero Academia. We're not talking about strength. We're talking about the most evil. I'm just saying that for the audience, not necessarily the strength. Just who's more evil out of all these four.
So I'll say this: Sukuna. From people looking at Sukuna, he's evil, and it's about to be a weird like rebuttal. But he also always says what he does is just for like his pleasures. Like I forgot what the term that is. Like it's like
for his entertainment.
It's like certain lifestyle that is like hedoism or something, whatever
like
that shit's called. Leisure? Yeah, like everything he does is just like he's like I do it because I can. Like I don't give a fuck. So that's why I really don't. It's like he's doing crazy shit. It's like evil, but like It's like just kind of like how he is. Now, an evil motherfucker, Dio. That nigga's evil, bro. I knew the
This
type of
nigga has
time that he.
this is an op that's been your op since birth.
He's
Not even since birth. Since a nigga moved in,
he's
the
the
nigga in
biggest
his
op.
mind made it up, said, I'm gonna make this nigga's day so miserable. Just cause I don't like this nigga.
I've never seen a bigger hater than Dio. That man cooked his dog, bro. I said, what? I said, this is the type of timing we on. He cooked his dog and he said, I'm not gonna just hate you. I'm gonna hate all of your descendants too. I said,
Yeah, I'm gonna hate the whole
you're
bloodline.
you're a generational hater.
You're a generational hater.
Like, there's nothing we can say about
I'm gonna hate your whole family, nigga. Fuck you and your baby.
Your
This
daughter,
nigga is
nigga.
Charleston White.
Oh man, and Frieza just racist.
Yeah, he did take out a whole planet.
Yeah, Frieza evil, but I think Dio's just like he's more meticulous with his evilness. So I gotta, for me at least, I gotta give it to Dio. All for one, he's evil, but to me he's not up there with them.
Yeah, man. To me, it's down to like Frieza and Dio out of this group. I'd have to say Frieza just by a hair off the strength of like this nigga wiped out a whole planet.
Yeah,
just
that is
because he
true.
thought they was about to overcome. It's literally like a slave owner taking out all his slaves because he knows they're capable of usurping him. That's literally what he did.
That man saw Bardock talking to them about rebelling. That boy Frieza said, "Not in front of my niggas, you ain't."
Yeah, not if I got something to do with it. Yeah, Death Beam.
Damn, now you say that, shoot. Yeah, it's close. It's close.
It is close. Now, that's just out of these four. Who would you say is the most evilest anime villain would you say, in your opinion? Like, out of all the mangas and animes you've read that you can remember, who would you say is like the most evilest person?
Bro, that's hard to say. I would have to sit down and make an actual list to like think about it.
Mm-hmm.
That could be an episode, or say at least a half of episode. Cause it's a lot of people. I know somebody that's really evil. Shao Tucker. That's an obvious one from Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood. That nigga's evil. Griffith.
Oh yeah, Griffith from Berserk. Yeah.
Yeah. I would still throw Sukuna up there, even though I gave him an argument on why he's not. But I would throw Sukuna up there. Dio, Frieza.
I heard a lot of people saying Aizen from Bleach. I haven't seen Bleach yet, so I don't know. But
yeah, I haven't finished Bleach.
But yeah, Feeq, did you have a get our bad question?
Oh, okay. So I saw this on TikTok, right? These guys were having a discussion. They said, how many times would you have to see like the same animal or like the same species of animal over the course of a day before you think in your mind, something's wrong here? So they said, so they said it like this. They said we can say like you see an owl, right? So they were like, how many times in a day would you have to see like an owl, or how many owls? I mean, not how many times. How many owls would you have to see over the course of a day before you think in your head something's going on or something's weird or not right?
I would say at least 10. If I see more than like 10 owls a day, I'm like, what the fuck is going on? Anything more than 10 for any animal. Yes. If I see more than 10, because if I see more than 10 deers, in where I'm at right now in the
Yeah.
course of that. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? Like, are they migrating somewhere? Why are they all in the fucking street? Because you got to think, it's already crazy if you see a deer, let's just say on the side of the street, and then you just praying they don't jump out. You see 10 on your way to and from work. What is going on? Did they get let out the zoo? Now you see let's say a more like, I guess, exotic animal, so
A
to speak.
platypus. How many? Okay, Data. How many? I don't even know what the plural of platypus is. Platypi. How many platypuses would you have to see in a day before you're like, nah, bro, I need to go home. Something wrong here. I know my answer.
I say at least like 10. If I see one, I'm like, okay.
10? You're gonna wait till
10?
Nigga, if I see
it gotta be.
So you see 10 over the course of the full day. Once you hit that 10 one, you're like, yeah, it's weird.
Yeah.
Once I see the third one, once I see the third one, I know if I'm going through my day, you got to think. Say you going to work, right? You see one like just on the sidewalk or some shit. You're like, okay, it's platypus. That's awkward.
Okay.
You go on your lunch break. You see another platypus on the street. You're like, okay. You're not concerned then? After 2, you're not concerned. You're just going on with your day. Oh my goodness. Data said, that's weird, but
well, because over here, like, it's like ducks that fly by my shit like every morning. I literally hear them squawking and shit. And it's like, it's the, V formation shit. All they doing is like duck and geese.
But a platypus.
And that's by a good 10. A platypus. It depends on like where I be seen. It still would have to be like maybe 10. Okay, okay.
You seen them walking?
No, like, it's still 10.
No, bro. Once I see about 3 or
double
4,
digits, I'm like, what the fuck is going on?
If you see double digits, it's too late. They got you.
Now, I will say, if I see like a lion or a fucking anything like that, all I need is one.
I see
one and done. I'm like, I'm going on. But anything else like deer, armadillo, a platypus, yeah, if I see like, I would say probably 10.
Okay.
10 and yeah, no.
Then you checking the news.
I'm taking a leave of absence. I'm calling in sick.
Oh man, that's funny.
That was a good one. But so next we'll be going into our redacted rules.
Yes, sir.
For those who don't know what that is, I mean, we explained it every episode, but we will keep doing it. So we give a rule of the day or of the pod, and I'll go and name this redacted rule. This redacted rule is special because it's not my words. It's from the Honorable Jackson. And it is, if you want to change your life, you got to do some life-changing shit. So, quote Jackson. So that's my redacted rule for the day. It's more like a words of affirmation.
Yeah.
You want to change your life, you got to do some life-changing shit.
Mm-hmm.
So with that being said, it's been a great episode today. Almost 2 hours. Goddamn. But make sure you guys like, comment, share. Make sure you guys listen. Make sure you guys stay tuned with the reels. Share those. We really enjoy doing them. So it's good to see y'all enjoying those as well. Rate us a 5-star. Share us with your friends and family. And with that being said, it's been your boy Dana Dane.
Your boy Feeq.
And we out.
Peace.
Chest piece Kobe, I'ma show him how to shoot. On the 4-5, jump in and ask my crew. Yeah, I'm stepping with a fed, keeping all of the hoes on mute. Pull a little part, could be yellow with a brew. 48 for a quick burst. Crazy 8s in the back, yeah, the trunk on hot like a cue. 40 on me when I'm in the backseat. Blotter, paper pre-cut. Chris make juice to the drop like ink. Shane came with a clean plate, came with a sink. The Parator came with a mink. Tricones white like paint. My hoe by the hoe, cause she know it's my king. Hit on my side, cause I drop a song. Think you should hit up the link. The phenotype came from the pink Colombian thing. Yeah, the genetics unique. See it right on the beat. I'm teaching the hoe like I'm Play-Doh. I got the veggies like by the tomato. You got a basic hoe making Alfredo. I put a bag on a hoe on my payroll. I get active at night, then I lay low. The salmon was breaded with panko. Struck in my soup, I believe it was Mako. Got my Soviet clutch in the Draco.